When you're standing in front of a blank wall, wondering whether splurging on a 65-inch TV is worth the space you'll have to give up, that hesitation is real. You've probably Googled big screen TV best value 100 times, only to end up feeling more confused because every site seems to be pushing the same glossy specs without really telling you if it will fit your living room, your budget, or your viewing habits. You don't want to drop a few $100s on a screen that looks great in the showroom but ends up being either too much for a modest apartment or just another box of disappointment when you actually try to watch a movie on it. So before I get into the nitty-gritty, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of space where the Samsung QBR-N series 65-inch display actually makes sense. The screen itself measures just under 53 inches wide once you subtract the bezel, and the overall package is about 62.6 inches long, 6.8 inches wide, and 37.8 inches tall. That means the TV will stretch across a typical wall that can accommodate a 55-inch screen with a little extra room on each side, but it won't dominate a small studio apartment where you might only have a 4-foot wall. If you have a dedicated media room, a large family room, or even a home office where you like to have a massive monitor for presentations and video calls, the footprint is exactly what you'd expect from a 65-inch unit, large enough to feel immersive, but not so massive that you have to rearrange furniture just to fit it. Now, the real question is whether the visual experience justifies that size. Samsung markets this model with dynamic crystal color technology, promising a 4K UHD picture with a vivid color palette. In day-to-day use, that translates to fairly bright images that hold up well in a well-lit living room. If you tend to watch streaming services like Netflix or Disney Plus during the day, you'll notice that the screen maintains enough contrast to keep dark scenes readable without the picture washing out under ambient light. For the occasional movie night, the 4K resolution really shines on larger picture sizes. Fine details in a forest or cityscape become noticeable, and those crisp colors make HDR content feel more lifelike. For gamers, the large canvas can be a double-edged sword. The expansive field of view is great for immersive titles, but keep in mind that this model isn't a high refresh rate panel, so if you're chasing 120Hz gaming performance you might feel a bit constrained. Installation is where Samsung tries to make life easier, and the slim frame does help. The TV is designed to be wall-mounted with relatively thin side panels, which means you won't need a massive mounting bracket that adds bulk. However, because the unit weighs a decent amount, you'll still want a sturdy, anchored mount, especially if you live in an area prone to vibrations or accidental bumps. The easy install claim holds up as long as you have a few basic tools and someone to help lift the panel. It's not a one-person job, but the process itself isn't riddled with confusing wires or proprietary connectors. The standard HDMI ports are placed where you'd expect them, and the power cable is easily accessible. What about the hidden trade-offs? One thing you won't see in the glossy marketing copy is the lack of built-in smart features that many competitors now consider standard. This model is a straightforward 4K display without Samsung's Tizen OS, so you'll need an external streaming device, think a Roku, Fire TV Stick, or Apple TV to get the full library of apps. If you're already using a streaming box, you'll have no problem, but if you were hoping for an all-in-one TV where you just plug the power cord and start watching, you'll need to factor in the extra cost of a separate device. Another point to note is the speaker setup. The built-in speakers are modest, delivering clear dialogue but lacking the boom you might expect from a TV of this size. In a large room, you'll likely want a soundbar or a small home theater system to make the audio match the visual impact. Who should buy this? If you're someone who values a clean, large-format picture for movies, streaming, and occasional gaming, and you already have or plan to add a streaming device and external audio solution, the QBR-N series is a solid, no-frills choice. It's also a good fit for businesses that need a sizable display for presentations, digital signage, or video conferencing, because the crisp 4K resolution makes text and graphics look professional without the distraction of a thick bezel. On the other hand, if you're looking for a true smart TV experience right out of the box, or you're very sensitive to audio quality, this might not be the best match. Likewise, renters who can't commit to a permanent wall mount should consider a smaller screen that can sit on a stand without an elaborate installation. From a value standpoint, the price